Hey there, StarCraft fans! Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft War Remastered. Today, it's gonna be herO, it's gonna be Speed. Here on Knockout, bottom left it's herO, top right it's Speed. Now look, herO has the more impressive resume of these two, but that does not mean he's going to win this thing guaranteed. Speed knows that, that's why he is here. Imagine if every time you played a game of StarCraft against someone who had a better resume than you, maybe a better win-loss record, maybe a better performance in tournaments, you just immediately lost. That's it. You load into the game, and the game's like, nope, you can't win this. Bam, loss, another loss. That would be unfair and stupid, right? So, here we are, Speed. How's he going to do here against herO? I think he's going to do extremely well. He's going to go mech. Sometimes he does. He's very good with it. He loves his vultures because they're fast, because his name is Speed. And this is Knockout, right? Yeah, this is Knockout. A little bit of a speed dip here. We know how this works. You can get contained super easily. A little bit of a very, very minimal proxy here from Speed. Just outside of the speed dip in his own base. He's planning on some early pressure, assuming it's a hatch first. He's going to scout and make sure it's not a pool first before sending out the Marines. And I think he's going to expand behind it as well, because this is not a committal. Yeah, supply depot here on the other side of the speed dip. He's planning on lifting off the racks after making a Marine, just reducing the rush distance by like, oh, I don't know, 3 seconds, which can be huge in a professional TVZ. And then lifting off the racks, bam, coming back and walling off. There's the hatch first. Okay, it is a hatch first here from herO. Not a surprise on this 4-player map. Overlord scouting, not going to find anything interesting. Overlord scouting, I think we're going to go cross spawn here, because a Marine coming cross spawn will shoot you down, and there's nothing you can do about it if you go hatch first. So bury the Overlord. Be careful, man. Terry's being careful. Look, Terry. Yep, getting some huffing on that Vespene gas. Excellent stuff. Uh-oh. He's in danger, man. Okay, so if you find an Overlord with your SCV up this way, do you send the Marine out there to kill it? It's like, nope. Immediately about face here to a safer place where you cannot be hit by a Marine. So, no. You do not. Drone says something weird is going on here. Maybe. Let's go ahead and scout out. Oh, it's a Marine. Okay. And then it's an SCV. Okay. So cross spawn, sending SCVs across the map, sending a Marine. We're going to try to bunker up the natural base here of herO. Gas already finished, but we're not making gas, and we're not harvesting gas. Yep, there it is. So a bunker on the other side of the speed dip, huh? Not anywhere near the natural base. Interesting place for it here. Get out of here. Run. Drones. Oh, gosh. This is something that Zerg players have to deal with so frequently these days. Just bunkering from a cross-spawn position, not even with a proxy. This does not count as a proxy, I don't want to say. Not at all. Okay, so bunker finished. Second bunker here in range of the hatch, but Lings are here. Bam, SCV down. Building the bunker. Can we finish it? I don't think we can. There are too many Lings here from herO to do that. There's the cancel. And, oh, Marine can't get inside the bunker. There's one Marine. Nope, 3 Marines inside this bunker. Okay. All right, Speed. And there are enough Lings to take this bunker down, especially with only one SCV trying to repair the bunker. Yeah, there we go. Ling DPS, pretty good. As it turns out, their attack speed is good, even better with Adrenal, which we are so far away from right now. And 1 drone on gas. Got to replace the drone count here. A couple drones did die, but I don't think 3. 3 is the drone count loss that we need for the Terran player to feel like we did a good job here, but nope. 3 drones did not die. A lot of lost mining time. Fair enough. And we are following it up here with a safety sunken. Okay. I guess we're blind at this stage, so maybe it could be a factory follow-up, but there's no gas. There's absolutely 0 gas here. And we're expanding. We got a wall saying, hey, if slow Lings show up, we are prepared with this SCV body blocking and these Marines behind it as well. Obviously. Now, what's the play? Layer at the second base. And finally, gas coming in at 425. It's a late gas, but obviously the bunker slowed down your tech, slowed down your economy, slowed down your expansion timings. And Speed says, was it worth it? I don't think it was. So herO having a pretty good time. Could not be happier about where he is, I think. I mean, yeah, anytime you get bunkered and you lose a lot of mining time, you're like, those drones could have been getting minerals. Ooh, a couple Lings die. That's huge. Man, one of the most nostalgic sounds in all of StarCraft for me is the sound of a Ling dying. I don't know why. I think it was because the first time I played StarCraft, right, it came down to the Terran campaign, obviously. And something about the sound of lings exploding. Oh, wow, okay. That guy actually gets 3 kills and gets into the main base. This is a Zeke the Zergling hero, if ever I saw one. Yeah, Sunken Up Marines want nothing to do with that. Thank you very much. And SCV gets the kill on Zeke. Aw. Well, he's got to the academy, and he's like, okay, so this is going to be a bio. This is going to be SK Terran. Not that we can't transition into mech later. I always say that because I worry that some people are like, oh, okay, it's going to be SK Terran. We're not going to see any tanks today. But hey, one, we can see tanks if the Terran sees a lot of Hydras. Entirely possible. It's going to be Spire now, sure, but you can make a Hydra den. You can make a bunch of Hydras, in which case SK Terran's not very good against a bunch of Hydras with Defilers and Cracklings. You need the tanks in that reason. So you could be forced into going into tanks, but also you can just go into tanks if you want. You don't have to be forced to go into tanks. You can just make the decision, you know what? I'd like to make some tanks here today. Maybe I want splash damage for, you know, for stuff inside Dark Swarm. These Marines don't cut it in that situation. Fire Rats are pretty good, but Siege Tanks are better against stuff inside the orange cloud. Stim in production. We got ba-bam. +1 attack as well. Fancy stuff here from Speed. He's scanning. He sees, nothing. Gets nothing out of it. Sees a 3rd hatch up there and says, that's probably Mutas then. 3-hatch Muta. Right? You're not going to get that 3rd hatch up there if it's a Hydra den. Those are 2 different things to deal with. Hydra bust, much different. 3rd base top left. Mutas in production, 7 of them, thank you very much. Using some of the larva available at the 3rd hatch. Loving that out of herO. This timing is lining up exquisitely well. 9, there you go. 9 Mutas here at 6:47. Again, timing is late, but it's late for the Terran too. It's totally fine. So, turret. Great, good stuff. 3 hatch means a lot of Mutalisks. It's not going to be just, 6 of them. It's going to be at least 9, 10, 11. Right, the 11 is the full stack because they have an Overlord inside that control group to allow you to stack as you do. I think it's probably this Overlord here. Yep, because he's moving for no reason. Yep, so he's in the control group, and the Mutas are present. Into the main base we come at 7:23. 1 missile turret on top of the Drax. Doesn't seem like it's enough. Doesn't seem like it's quite enough. Queen's Nest on the way, Hydra Den on the way, and no upgrades for the Mutas. So this is not herO trying to win with Mutas, but he does have a full stack of them. He's kind of trying to split it, right? A lot of Mutas without the upgrade, and let's tech up behind it. So put the Queen's Nest. He's put the Queen's Nest in a safer location. Nice snipe. Turret down. Dude, these supply depots dying would not be good for Speed. Okay, we're going to lose one of them at least. Wait. He wants it, but dude, the repair, the clutch repair. Hold on. He's still going after it, and he gets it. A little bit tougher than he wanted it to be. Moving across the map, here comes the Speed. 1 sunken here does not seem enough to handle this. Mutas have to come back. We got Lings here, sure, but there's 0-0 Lings. Keep the sunken alive. Keep it alive. Mutas flying back as fast as they can. They're on low, there you go, low ground to high ground against the sunken. Mutas coming in to try to save the day. The sunken explodes. More Lings coming out, taking a lot of damage, but taking damage that would otherwise go to the Mutalisks here. And I think it's just enough to clear this out. That's it. Done. Medics dead. Reinforcing units don't want to be here. They're going to stop and go home. And medics exploded inside the Speed dip. Muta count is classically 7. Not too crazy there, is it? No. Lurker aspect evolving and finishing now. We got an evolution chamber there. We're getting a hive during all of that stuff. Not replacing the sunken. Not defending this 3rd base at all. I kind of feel like a better move would have been to come up to this way, Speed, but sometimes going for the natural can win you the game there too. So a lot of the time Zergs do win with attacks like that. We've seen Jaedong lose TVZs like that because he just wasn't ready for that kind of an aggressive, big Marine stim medic timing attack, and he's fallen down. But the best Zerg players, right, the Somas, the Soul Keys, herO, very rare for them to do that. It happens. I'm not going to say it never happens to herO, right? But not today. Definitely didn't happen today. So, yep, Hydra's in production. Lurker aspect is done, which means that we can just put a couple lurkers at the top of this ramp here. It's a narrow ramp anyway, and we'll be fine. But it's been vulnerable since it was created. Extremely vulnerable. There are the lurker eggs. And Marines on the move out. So, where are we? I think herO's feeling pretty confident. If I was herO in this game, I'd be like, you know what? This is going pretty well. Let's do this thing. Defiler Mound. Nidus. Lurkers. More lurkers. Trying to get up that ramp. No, you're not. Where are your science vessels? This is not happening. Where are the vessels? It's got double. There you go. Science facility just finishing. So this is contained. This is. I don't want anything to come out of this space without having to fight me, but I'm not getting in there. Ooh, forced to stim out, draining some energy off of those medics. Not bad. I mean, the less energy medics have, the better you are off as a Zerg player. Consumes on the way. Irradiate's coming in. Probably the 2. Ooh. I think in this matchup, SK Terran versus Zerg, the two most the two most important upgrades in the game are going to be Consume and Irradiate. If Consume was removed from the game, Zerg would lose every single TVZ. If Irradiate was removed from the game, I think Terran would lose every single TVZ. So, important upgrades, important spells to get here today. I guess it's called a spell, but I mean, it's not mana. It's just an ability, right? Simply an ability, at least for the science vessels. Maybe for the defilers, we can count it as a spell. Maybe that's magic. Kind of getting into the weeds here, though, so not going to worry about that. Heading up, checking to make sure there's not a base at the 12 o'clock they can kill. Bummer, there's not. Still no fourth base here from the Zerg. Kind of surprised by that one. I guess maybe when Consume is done, and it's done, it's probably time to take a fourth. Mutas. Again, no upgrade on these Mutas. I haven't seen a TVZ in a while where the Zerg player just doesn't get a +1 attack or a +1 armor upgrade on his Mutt-Mutts. Another macro hatch. Yeah, Adrenal coming in. Dark Swarm available. No sign of Plague yet, but that's fine. He doesn't need it right now. Yeah, Plague on red units is kind of hard to see, actually. He's still red. I can swap the colors. That's such a cool feature, man. Anyway, but I can't do it for the red because red is red. Dropships, yes. How are we going to break it? Dropping in the main. We got Scourge trying to shut that thing down. We got Mutas. Trying not to catch an Irradiate here, but guess what? Irradiate, split! Oh my no! The double Irradiate kills a bunch of the Mutalisks. The time of the Muta is basically over anyway, though. We have 5 very injured Mutas here. A Dark Swarm is up. If you spend your Irradiates on the Mutas, you can't Irradiate the Defilers or the Lurkers, and I think the Mutas are okay with that right now. Especially with a killer split into the main base. We dropped, though, out of vision. Did he see this? I don't know. He's dropping in to the third base. Sunken getting sniped. Nidus getting sniped would be good, but we got Cracklings to worry about and Mutas to worry about. Hold on a second. Can we hold against the Zerg defense? We can. No, the Nidus has arrived. The Defiler walks in and dies immediately. Ultraless Cavern finishes. We're not getting Ultras anytime soon. Not even close. Blah, blah. All right, cool. Plague's on the way. These Marines are wreaking havoc inside the fourth base. The third base of herO. Oh my gosh, Chitinous Plating is canceled. Speed, you monster! RJB, I see why he loves you so much. This is such a great drop. Dude, these Marines, that's a 3-kill Marine. These guys all have 3 kills. 14 kills, oh my gosh. He's dead now, but that's a 14-kill Marine. This drop inside the third base is insane. Dropping down at the fourth base too. Fire Bats trying to win the day against that Lurker. No, can't do it. Quick, behind the mineral line. Stay away from the Lurkers inside the Dark Swarm. This is insane stuff. Out of speed. Can he hit the hatchery? Possibly. It is entirely possible that he can. 123 to 82 supply. A lot of drones died here. 32 drones at 14 minutes is not great. The boxer maneuvering of the fleeing drones here. A lot of them die. Science Vessel gets picked off there too. Dropping inside the main base. It's not a lot of Marines, but you know, they've got stim. They've got medics. Body blocking for them as well, and a lot of drones are dying. 2-1 Marines with stim are no joke. The Cracklings are good as well, but I don't think they have the greatest of upgrades. Holy smokes, these drops are insane. Lynx have the 1 Carapace. The drop, okay, still back here at the third, and back here at the fourth. There's no mining, and no mining. 3 of the bases of herO are not mining. This one is the only one that is mining. Speed's got another base back home. He's got all of the racks he ever need. He's getting another racks. He's feeling pretty good about this game. That's a lot of Lurkers at this base, but if you're not mining, what are you defending exactly? So finally, we get cleaned out of these 3 locations with the cracklings, with the +1 carapace upgrade. Eventually, there's enough. But 34 to 54 workers? It's not going to work out. I don't care who you are. Once again, Dark Swarm trying to save the day, doing a pretty good job of it. And we get the hatchlings. Okay, crawling out of the Dark Swarm. Worker crawls out of the Dark Swarm. He's been irradiated. Doesn't really matter. He's going to die anyway. Look at that target fire on the drones. Get the Defiler to get up into the space again. Dude, speed again. So fast. It's what he is. And herO cleans it out. So he holds on to his hatches. That's huge. He's lost a bunch of drones, but if you have enough hatches and you have enough minerals, you can replace them pretty darn effectively. He is doing a combination of making lings, getting upgrades, replacing the Hydrodent for chitinous plating, and trying to get some more drones. It's tough. It's a tough position now that herO is in. He was feeling great, and then drops showed up, and guess what? It changed the entire game. That's how they work. That's what drops do. Okay, without Dark Swarm, these Lings are not doing anything at all. Adrenal's a good upgrade, but if they can't even close the gap between the Marines, what are they doing here? All right, Zerg player trying to stay alive in a very tenuous, very tough position. Plaguing that whole group would be huge. No, Defiler walks out and dies. Dude, herO, a little bit sloppy with his Defilers today. He's lost 2 or 3 of them just because they're kind of hanging out near Marines and not casting anything. Sometimes they have energy, sometimes they don't. I mean, you can say charitably that maybe you just didn't have the energy for a plague, but in that case, why did you walk out of the Dark Swarm in the first place, guy? Derek, the Defiler. Dude, look at this. Speed's expanding to the right side, too. All of the pressure has been on this side of the map today. And there's been a tiny token bit of muta harassment at the start of the match here, but that's been it, dude. It's bunker rush. It's been drops. It's been pushing. Got some Lings across the map trying to see how bad am I getting out expanded right now. Oh boy, it's battle cruisers. Hey, what do we say about BCs lately? What is my new take on the battle cruiser? 1, get Yamato. 2, fight with the army. 3, if you're already really ahead, battle cruiser can kind of help you close the gap and just win the game. Just because a Zerg player who's already starving for economy, then having to deal with BCs as well, is going to be taken further down. But if you're even with a Zerg player or down to a Zerg player, no, battle cruisers aren't going to work. They're going to have enough money to handle it and kill you. The BCs are just a waste of money at that point. But if you are this far ahead economically, the Zerg player's taking serious hits, then yes, I think BCs can be fine. It's situational. A lot of things in StarCraft are situational. There's nothing in StarCraft that is just plain bad, which is something I love about the game. Scouts, you never see them, but you know what? If you're in a PvP and one of the Protoss decided to make carriers, you might see a response of scouts from the Protoss. Or if somebody tried to make battle cruisers against a Protoss, hey, maybe they would build scouts there too. There is a place for them. You just don't see it because partially they're so good that they prevent the thing that they counter from showing up at all. It's a hard counter. Plagued and, oh, dragged back. That is such a bad engagement from Speed. Woo! A lot of free units there. There's been a lot of free Lings and Defilers here today, so getting some free Marines is something that heroes needed to do. The Ultras are out. The Ultras are hefty. The Ultras are running down to the bottom right here. Can we defend with a bunker and a handful of Marines? Probably not. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it. And nope. Balodian. Yeah, bunker dead. Medics dead. SCV's coming down here for some reason. Dude. No, don't irradiate the Ultras on top of your SCVs. Okay, so we split those guys out so they don't hurt each other at least. SCVs are not running. We're just going to let them die. All right, Speed. I don't like how you're kind of throwing the game right now, sir. 46 to 55 workers. You were up like 30 workers 3 minutes ago, and suddenly you're down. You're down 10 workers. herO with the counter flip here. Hey, Dark Swarm at the base means this base is dead. Dark Swarm Ling Ultra at a base means you better give up on it. Reinforcement units are coming down here, and they're winning. But all those SCVs got killed. This base is not happening. Battle Cruiser trying to kill Ultralisks. They're pretty good at it, but it takes a lot of shots, and Ultras are faster than they are, so they don't have to stick around and get shot. But yeah, that's a hold. That's a hold. No Dark Swarm here. Mean it's a hold. Oh my gosh, the fourth base doesn't have anything at it either. Battle Cruiser fired away up at the fourth base, getting some kills. Hasn't taken any damage yet. Already has 6 confirmed kills. Ultralisk, 2 kills, but doing the work. The Irradiate and the Plague. The Plagued Ultras. The Plagued Ultras. The Plague Marines against the Irradiated Ultras. That was... Oof. Irradiating Ultras in SK Terran is a very dangerous thing to do, especially if your units end up getting plagued. Dude, this guy's kind of crushing it, though. 13 kills now. He's gotten 7 since last I looked at him. Ultralisk trying to kill a third base by himself. There are 2 battle cruisers attacking him, so probably not. This game is crazy good. I might epic tag this thing. Holy cow. Yamato, wha-bam! Getting a hit on that spore. No, you actually need to finish this. There you go. Finish the spore, finish the spore. Couple more hits. You know, more hits than you probably want there to be, but he gets the spore. Third base, lifted. Lurkers burrowing. High ground. No scan available. SCV's dying. Does save this base with a handful of Marines. Speed. I'm going to guess Scourge showed up and killed that BC, but he had, what, 15, 16 kills there? Not bad at all. Like I said, you're ahead and get something done, but dude, it's 26 SCVs. Oh, no. Man, Speed had such a good first 15 minutes, but herO recovered from that like only a Zerg player can. That massive worker disadvantage, and he just said, all right, got everything we need. Let's get across the map here, get some Dark Swarm up. Speed did not do a very good job of keeping the Defilers from getting across the map, which is key in this matchup. And that's it. I don't know how Speed comes back from this. This base is dead. This base is not happening. This base continues to not happen. This base is barely getting resaturated, and look at this. 1, 2, 3. Well, sort of 3, sort of 4. New base coming in 9 o'clock, but 111 to 82 supply. What a reversal here from herO, and this is kind of what having a better resume is. Kind of how it is, man. All right, 2 battle cruisers and a dream is what Speed's working with right now. He's under 100 supply. The Dark Swarm in the middle of the map. Science Vessel's getting poked and exploded. Not enough Ultras to really win the day here. Not sure it matters. Yamatoing individual hiders inside Dark Swarm is one way to do it. Yamatoing Defilers inside Dark Swarm is a better way for everything. I think we forgot about this dropship. I think this is probably from a while ago. But yeah, this is disastrous for Speed, dude. He was in such a great spot, and then guess what happened? Defilers got across the map, and Dark Swarmed here, and got a Dark Swarm over here, and into the third base we go. SCV count is under 20. That's when you GG. That's when you GG. This game from herO is impressive stuff, sir. D-Matrix Firebat win this for us. This fourth base might actually die with D-Matrix Firebat leading the charge. He's taking hits. He's winning. He's got 3 kills. Mr. Corporal Firebat, sir. Drones dead all over the place here, but there's still 55 of them. This base is a disaster zone. Obviously, the fourth hatch does die. No way. No way can Speed pull this off. But I said that about herO too. I wasn't sure he could win the game from where he was, but he seems to have done it. I mean, this group is incredible. Look at these guys go. 3-2 upgrades. They've each got like 17 kills, 7 kills, 6 kills, 4 kills, 5 kills. Problem is, income is very bad. There are 4 SCVs mining here. Lings and Ultras make sure these bases are not happening. They say, good, they're not, and then they move along their merry way. Battle Cruiser does get taken out. Killed a couple drones there, but it's 45 drones. You've killed, yeah, 10 or 12 drones, but the enemy's still at 45 and you're at 15. I don't know what Speed thinks he's going to do here. Yes, he killed the fourth base, the newest source of income, but this base is up now, and it's getting drones transferred up to it. And I'm trying to figure out how do you win this with all the irradiates ever in the history of Terran. If you had 15 science vessels and you irradiated all of the ultras now, instead of when they show up on your side of the base, there's a plague up there. You can't irradiate the Ultralisk now. He does! Dude, Speed, you can't irradiate the Ultra when there are plagued units right there. All right. I get it. It's kind of, it's a reflex. It's a reflex. You do it because you see an ultra and you have enough energy for an irradiate and you irradiate. But yeah, that fire bat gets double teamed by ultras. This guy gets put in medic jail. And herO is our winner in 25 minutes and 4 seconds. Holy smokes. Ah, did I do the thing? I did the thing. It's going to restart on me. Don't do it. Don't do it. You don't have to restart. It's fine. He is restarting. Okay. Well, we'll just do this real fast. We'll talk about it, right? Talk about the game here. But yeah, great game. Dude, speed with the drops, right? herO rebuffs the bunker really effectively, right? Shuts that down. herO gets a scout off with a ling to know that it's bio, that it's going to be SK Terran. Responds properly, gets 3 hatch muta out, gets into the Hydras, gets into the Defilers, gets into the Hive and the Nidus stuff, and everything's looking really good. And then suddenly, what changes it for the Terran? Huh, what could it possibly be? What's the one thing Falcon always harps on? In every matchup, but especially this one, the drops. The drops ruin everything here. They ruin everything here. They get down here. They get in the main base as well. It's crazy. So suddenly, yep, worker count really low for the Zerg player. Expanding down this way. Maybe over-expanding down this way because, look, then suddenly we're back up. Suddenly we replaced the drones. The hatcheries didn't die. We had a bit of a bank. We could replace those drones, and then this base dies, this base dies, this base dies, this base dies. The 4th base does go down, which is a huge get for speed, but not enough, and that's a GG. So yeah, good stuff. Once again, resume is not everything, but I think herO just has more. Like, more support, right? More support for his own resume. Anyway, good stuff. Great stuff. Hey, check this out. I'm being followed on Twitch by your own son. Appreciate you following me. Sometimes I get emails for that. Sometimes I don't. But anyway, appreciate it. If you're following me on twitch.tv/Falcon Paladin, well, yeah, you can do it. Oh, all right. That was great. That was some fantastic stuff. No question about it. herO gets the win. Better luck next time. Speed. He might be able to pull it off next time. Let's find out. 176,000 points to 163,000 points in favor of herO. Outproducing, getting out killed at the same time. Structure is raised. Pretty close. Too close if you're a Zerg player actually for that number, but pulled it off anyway. And the outspend by about 12,000. A little bit less than 12,000 resources in 25 minutes. Will get the job done. And herO comes out on top. All right, that was fun. That was, woo! That was an absolutely fantastic TVZ. Might epic tag that thing. Let me know in the comments if you think I should epic tag this. Because, you know, that'd be great. All right, so that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
Yeah.